Sticks and stones may break my bones, but words can never hurt me. However, a name one cannot tame, and must always be watched alertly. For if you look away for 1 sec, they'll have a knife to your neck, and kill you they will quite expertly. Hi, my name is Trey, and today we're going to be reading Dr. Teatro's Names. Oh, isn't it a joy? The names are everywhere, like rodents, multiplying, skittering, filling my cabinets and drawers. And you think you have stopped one, 3 take its place. No matter how many entry points you close off, the names keep finding their way in. I became afraid to even step on the floor, for I could hear the names slithering underneath, and I knew that at any moment they could burst up through the floorboards and into any unsuspecting foot above. I brought in a name exterminator to cleanse my house of the infestation, but he just stunk up the place with some kind of poison gas, the name of which I won't dare utter. Strangely, this just allowed more names to fester, along with their cousins, rats, who seemed attracted to the scent left behind by the names. As the names, rats, and other vermin gathered for food, I sensed a congregation of thousands would take place in my house that night. I had only one choice: end everything. Purge the world of names, beginning with my own. Clawing and gnawing, the names do creep, into the corners and crannies they seep. 'Tis like a game we play, the names and I. One of us will live, the other must die. Who will die? Well, we shall see. But as time goes on, I fear it's me. It'll look like I'm winning when seen from afar, but how can we vanquish what we ourselves are? So I live with a tippity-tap in my feet, with the names at my back and the names in my seat. Do I greet the names now? Do I dare say hello? For there's only one place that a name ought to go. And that's downtown and downer, down deep in the gutter, the one place a name cannot mutter and splutter. So I picked up the names and I chopped them all up, and I put all the names in a very large cup. There's Lincoln and Tommy, Bubba and Gnome, all left to boil in the swirling foam. "Let us free," said the names, "let us go, let us be, for you too have a name, sir," they started to plea. "Oh no," I did shout, "oh I won't, oh I can't," how I stomped as I went on a name-hating rant. "You've come far too late," said I to the names. "If you think I've still got one, you must be insane. Since 35 days ago, nameless I've been, and adopted the faux names of various kin. Like Grary and Jobsil and Bobbick and Bill, all names of my neighbors, all of whom I did kill. So I boiled all the names in a big soupy stock. More names I should feed to the name-eating clock." "How ghastly!" the names cried. "You're making us sobster, like lambs to the slaughter, you insolent mobster." "You think I feel feelings like Sobster and Len?" I screamed with a howl. "Well, you best think again. I left all my feelings in my old rotten car. Most feelings have names, save those quite bizarre. So I only have feelings that cannot be said. Strange, terrible feelings I locked in my head." "Well, that cannot be healthy," squeaked a name in my pot. "I think I like feeling my feelings a lot." "But names can't feel feelings, you horrible child. Now shut up your screaming, I like my soup mild. You fool-worthy humbug," I squeaked with a squawk. "You've no power here, now get back in the pot." I slithered and skittered and jittered with glee. Soon there'd be no names and I would be free. The stew was now finished and deliciously chunky. Fittingly now the name-eater was hungry. Though the young name did cry out a sobsterly cry, "If you're looking for feelings, you've got the wrong guy." So I walked and I ran and I jumped and I squatted. For so many years this old pot had been plotted. Yet that clock on the wall, with a tick and a tock, would soon eat the names, so I left on a walk. After all of these years, I just thought I'd return to the scene of the crime to see what I'd learned. It's finally here, I said. At last! Today is the day. It's the end of the past. I watched and I waited as my plan unfurled. Soon I would live in a name-empty world. On a wall in my room, almost seeming to talk, 'twas the soup-slurping, name-eating, tick-ticking clock. Don't dare talk of names without thinking of time. Neglecting the clock was a terrible crime. Names are like rules, and rules are like laws. The name-eating clock bared its name-eating jaws. As I watched on in horror, time slowed to a halt. This was no kitchen. I was stuck in a vault. This, I realized, was the end of the games. The names weren't stuck with me, I was stuck with the names! Forgive me, I begged the names left in the tin. I give up, I messed up, I was wrong, and you win! We cannot forgive you, you carry such shame. How could we forgive such a man with no name? It can't be true, I begged and felt sick, but the only response was the eating clock's tick. Let's give him a name, shouted one name with glee. We'll see how the eating clock likes him, said he. The only way out, said the clock with a grimace, is to find your own name. That would take care of business. But long were the days when my name I remembered. It seemed not unlikely I'd soon be dismembered. I sputtered and spitted, oh, think of a lie, and I maybe won't manage to die. But it was too late, the names quickly piled on. There wasn't a thing I could do, I was gone. If I said any more, I'd be fanning the flames. Soon I had almost 1,000,000 names. Appetizing before? No, not in the least, but 1,000,000 names to the clock was a feast. Let that be a lesson to the children out there. Forget not thy names, lest thy fate be unfair. With names floating around, it is hard to keep track. When you keep all your names in a very large stack, don't forget which is which, or you'll lose who is who. And that means, dear reader, you'll forget you are you. Thank you.
Names. I gotta wonder what's your name. I guess it's all the same. Names. I don't remember my own name. Oh yeah, I don't know who